Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts, Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound with amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best of old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, or a nice cold long tooth. Roll up your best smoke and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers.
Well, excellent. Barry is giving me the I'm on cue that I get every Wednesday. That means that we're now live to the world. You know, it's up to the world now whether they want to actually focus their energy into what we're doing here tonight. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Everybody out there good? Excellent, excellent. Thanks for coming out to a Whiskey Wednesday live broadcast. It's the first time sort of trying this. It's real nice to see everybody getting on board and coming out. Thanks to the Legion for offering this place up. Steve Runyons and his brother Doug. We've been working on some stuff, and that's just excellent to see. We got Mr. Neil Lucy here with us tonight.
Good evening.
And we got Mr. Ken Grant here. Hello. And over here we have Mr. Steve Patico.
Howdy.
Steve Dagg, our drummer, is not here, as those of you in the watching audience know. Steve is he's back. His cancer has returned. We don't know many details yet, but he is a little bit ill, and we're just sort of holding the fort and maintaining positivity and that stuff. But he wishes he could be here with us tonight. He just texted before we started. And we send our best out to Steve, as always. This is Whiskey Wednesday. We're going to start with a song. It was a weird set list to choose, you know. Like I said, I've been doing this for 14 years at the place next door, and or for 11 years, and then there are 3 here. That's a lot of songs that we've covered, but I think I got the right ones picked out for tonight anyways. We're going to start with a song called This Town of Mine. This is the first song I wrote about Campbellford. There's been 3 of them, and this one has been a long time fave. And we usually started off with a little bit of a fiddle tune that we learned from Mr. Luc Mercier out Springbrook Way. Luc Mercier is an amazing fiddle player and banjo maker, and a great guy as well. And we learned a lot from him. This is a song called Red Prairie Dawn. It goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. This town of mine, this town of mine, I find myself so easily reclined here in this town of mine. Came here from the city, trying to find some peace of mind, to get myself on track and to buy myself some time. This town is growing on me. Here's a song for all to hear. All these faces look familiar, but your names are so unclear. town of mine, in this town of mine, I find myself so easily reclined here in this town of mine. At times this town seems distant, at times you all seem so strange. All these places remind me of places that I've been. So deep the roots are growing through my kids and to my friends. All I think about is being here. It takes away the pain in this town of mine, in this town of mine. I find myself so easily reclined here in this town of mine. Take us away there, Stevie. At times this town's a mistress. She gives me all I need and more. Someday I'll say goodbye to her and walk right out the door. In this town of mine, in this town of mine, I find myself so easily crying here in this town of mine. That's perfect. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's not the first time GT has brought me a beer on a Wednesday. The pub nights were a lot different because it was, often sort of starting anywhere between 7 and 8 and sometimes going till 2 in the morning. And I had a lot of beer passed to me on those nights. So that was a song about Campbellford. And I finally got to figure out how to say it right. Campbellford. All I had to do was say it like a Newfoundlander, Campbellford. And then it sort of sounded right. But I am from Newfoundland. Ken Tizzard from St. John's, Newfoundland. I've been here for I guess I'm going on 24 years here in Campbellford now. Both my kids were born here, so great community. We've had some amazing times here, a lot of, I think over the last 24 years, boy oh boy. The first part of my life was in Newfoundland, sort of up to 17 or so. And you have all your firsts, right? And we won't get into which firsts I'm talking about, but those first 17 years, everything from your first footsteps through to, that first moment of euphoric bliss. And that can be whatever you choose. But we have those firsts, and then they're gone, and then we go through a period of adulthood where it's just like, okay, well, we're just kind of doing the same thing for a while, bobbing along. And then kids happen, and all of a sudden there's all these firsts again, It's just been fantastic. So my kids moved out now, so me and the wife are back at the house, and that's again, it's the first of being back at the house together alone as adults. And I don't know where I was going with any of that, but anyways.
Just a brief history.
It's just a very brief history. Welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday show. This is what it's about. No, it really did. When we started the online thing, it was about escape for an hour. We'll tell you a bunch of lies and bullshit, but Legion, I'll get paid for that one, right, Bill? What's the fee for cursing in here? $5 a curse word. Sorry.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, you take that out of your pay.
I know. I'll take that out of my pay. Yeah, exactly. So, in reference to Newfoundland, my first song that we played was it's called "This Town of Mine." This song is called "Home," and this is about St. John's. Went back a few years ago. Buddy Clark Hancock. Barry, you looking at the feed, by the way, the comment feed?
Yeah.
Let me know if there's anything interesting there. I'm not hooked up for it yet. I might grab Neil's phone and jump on there as well. But if Clark's watching, this one's for you, buddy. He's over in Saudi. No, he's back again. No, he's in Thailand. Clark got into oil. I met Clark and. Okay, I'm not going to tell you the situation in which I met Clark, because he is a different person these days. But in grade 9, I met Clark Hancock. It was a phone call. He said, "I hear you have a bass guitar." And I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "I want to start a punk band." And I said, "Okay." And we got together and started a punk band. Clark never got through school. I don't know if he finished at the end of it, but he was kicked out of all the schools, and we were buddies by the time grade 11 hit. So I remember going into the principal's office with Clark and pleading his case to be let into the school. And Mr. Flyer let him in. And Clark became part of the gang there, which was really cool. Anyways, he had nothing to do, so we went up to Fort Mac after high school. I went to Toronto. Now he literally runs some of the biggest oil source things. He got into directional drilling. So he spends a lot of time over in Saudi Arabia, and he's looking for oil, finding oil, and I just can't believe that he even got a job.
Just think if he got an education, he might be a dentist.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's where the real money is.
Exactly.
It ain't drilling for oil, it's drilling for whatever dentists drill for.
Yes, inspiration.
Anyways, this song always goes out to Clark. He was with me when I was inspired to write it, so it goes like this. City Harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind, but you can't walk out on that dock and stand beside the sea-torn freighters. Sense those stories of the lives that live within. You can't have it the way it was, have to take it as it is. Those times have changed, those days are gone. Those days are past but not forgotten. You can't stop the winds of change, forever in your mind, self-same. Oh, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those days are gone. The memories cast in stone, and I know I'm not alone, and it chills me to the bone in this place called home. You can't lose what you don't know. The deepest ties you'll ever know, right here at home. Down Water Street, the storefronts changed a few blocks north. Who'd ever blame the fight against this hood and change and waiting game. How many words can twist and burn like spark to hay? No further down, no further down this hood and old time road will stray. Have to take it as it is. Those times have changed, those days are gone. Those days are past but not forgotten. You can't stop the winds of change. Forever in your mind self-same. Oh, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those days are gone. The memories cast in stone. And I know I'm not wrong. And it chills me to the bone. In this place called home. You can't lose what you don't own. The deepest ties you'll ever know. Hurt so bad to let you go. And I thought that I just came to sail over this place called home. The city harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind. Thank you, folks. Oh, Steve, it's such a treat to have you sitting in with us again, man. Steve isn't a regular member of the band, but he's a new friend, and he's been sitting in with us. What a treat to have such a musical genius alongside and being a part of what we're doing. It's really nice. It's really nice.
I love feeling it. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and Steve, you are going to be back for us on the March 24th date, which you thought was 2 days from now.
Yes,
it's a month and 2 days. We're going to be here at the Legion. No, on the 24th or 25th? 25th. 24th. 24th. There's posters on the table, I'm sure. The 24th, yeah, the 25th is in Picton, that's right.
I thought it was the other way around.
I thought it was too. Either way, we'll let you know. But yeah, he's going to be here at the Legion with us for that, and we're going to have drums and stuff that night too, and it'll be the sort of louder rock version show of it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. How's it all doing? How you doing there, Barry?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
This is the part where we do a technical check.
Well, you know, we have to find out if everybody's participating. Allison said she's not getting comments on YouTube.
Okay.
But she goes, oh, you probably have to do something on your iPad. I said, well, I don't think you have.
Oh, I don't have it. Yeah. No, I don't have that. No, that's that was the.
So that won't happen. So
No, that was the missing piece.
Yeah.
The comments are there, but you're not going to see the Facebook stuff. There's a whole whack of back stuff happening. This goes out to a bunch of different sites, and they've all got to talk to each other, and it doesn't quite work like that when you don't have all the pieces. And that was the one piece I forgot tonight. Out of everything. So Barry, keep an eye on the chat there and let me know what's going on. Everything's good elsewise, though, Barry.
yeah, everything else looks
Excellent. I want to do a birthday shout out to Landon. Landon was coming with his dad tonight, TJ Champagne, and the storm chased them off. But it's Landon's birthday, so happy birthday, brother. I wish you were here to celebrate it with us, but we'll catch you next time. Okay, we're going to play a song now that I wrote for Ellie Kelly. You all remember Ellie Kelly?
Yep.
Yeah, Ellie was what a charming, beautiful, wonderful human being, and her accordion playing. I mean, I come from Newfoundland, and I grew up, hearing some of the best accordion players around, and Ellie Kelly she's one of the best. I was so happy to move to Campbellford and meet her here, and I felt like I had a Newfoundland connection. She's French Acadian though, so it wasn't really the Newfoundland thing. But when Ellie was sick, during the last part of her battle with cancer, she spent a lot of time with me, and I'd spent a lot of time with her husband Joe as well in his last days. And we were recording Ellie's last record at my place. And one night after she had left, I was listening back to some of her tracks and making some, just listening as you do in the studio. And the song started playing in my head. And I just turned around and I grabbed a microphone and I thought, what is this song? I thought, I don't know. And I grabbed a guitar and I sort of played the chords I was hearing. And I said, I better catch this. And I caught it. And I wrote the whole thing right then and there. And then I didn't know what it was about until later that night when I listened back a bunch of times to it. And I realized it was a song that I'd written for Ellie from Joe. Joe had, Joe had been sick for a while, and he had lots of thinking to do on the way. And anyways, this is a song for Ellie Kelly from Joe, through me, and now tonight through the Goats. This is C, pretty standard. Always for Ellie and Joe. Fare thee well, fare thee well. I'll see you again in heaven, or I might see you in hell. If there's nothing more when this life is through, let it stand that I've enjoyed my time with you. On golden shores we'll hold each other once again, or in the depths of hell we'll suffer through the wars of man. We'll meet again in a place we don't yet understand, where the music's always happy like a New Orleans jazz band. Don't shed no tears, don't cry no more. May you find the joy in living life as you did before. Some things will change, some will stay the same, and like a shoebox filled with letters remembered I'll remain. Please live your life each day and know that I'll be here. Don't you surrender to sadness and your fears. We'll meet again in a place we don't yet understand, where the music's always happy like a New Orleans jazz band. Let me hold you close and feel the beating of your heart. Just one last kiss on a night so blue, I can't bear to spend another minute losing you. But may your heart grow bright and you stay safe and warm inside. May these four walls protect you from the winter winds outside. When you lay your head down and it's tight and dark between your sheets, and you close your eyes, dream of a place where we might meet. Fare thee well, fare thee well. I'll see you again in heaven, or I might see you in hell. On golden shores we'll hold each other once again, or in the depths of hell we'll suffer through the wars of men. If there's nothing left, then I'll say it once again. You made my life as full and bright as any man. You made my life as full and bright as any man. Oh babe, you made my life as full and bright as any man. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that was so much fun. We're going to take this opportunity now. Neil, can I borrow your phone? I'm going to get that going so I can get those things going. And while that's happening, I would like to, Mr. Grant and Neil are just going to step to the side for a few minutes Sorry,
We've been
guys.
declared redundant.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do an interview, and it's 5 people interview gets to be a bit much.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir. We have in our crowd tonight Carol and Dave Berman. You're both Berman?
Well, kind of.
You're kind of. Okay. Well, we can get that. We can get explanation on that to start. So if you guys, I say guys for everything. If you folks would like to come up and take Mr. Grant and Mr. Lucy's seat, that would be fantastic. And I don't want private. And we are here, folks. I'm just trying to. Why is everything okay? How are you both doing?
Terrific, thank you.
Excellent. This is the part where I'm on my phone. I'm being a teenager right now. There you go. I'm
You
going
look
to stop
the
doing that. Okay, so Barry's just going to get the mics there set in the right places.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's got, oh, thank you, yeah.
That should be good. So we have Dave and Carol. Now, so is it both Berman or is it Berman hyphen?
Well, yeah, I did the hyphen thing.
You do the hyphen thing?
Yeah, Corelli Burnham.
Corelli Berman. Okay,
Yes,
excellent.
yes.
Well, we've got the names right.
Yeah.
Good. We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
I love these hoodies that you're both wearing.
Thank you, yeah.
These are from the Bridge Hospice.
They definitely are, yeah.
The Bridge Hospice is a place that I learned about sort of around the time of its inception from some friends of mine, Bob and Kathy Henderson. And I have had friends of mine use the services of the hospice, and it's an amazing thing to have in our area.
Definitely is.
So how about, for those of you who don't know out there, we have a hospice in Warkworth, and like me, I didn't quite know what it was at first. So what is the necessity of the hospice in this area? Like, what does it do? How does it change a person's life?
Well, when you're nearing end of life, you usually have 2 choices. That would be to die in the hospital or to die at home. Now the hospice offers a third option of dying at the hospice. Nobody really wants to pass at the hospital because we've all spent time in hospitals, and everyone would like to have the opportunity to die at home, but it's a bit of an onerous task on the family as far as being caregivers and that. A lot of people aren't qualified or have the expertise to look after somebody at end of life. It's a very emotionally and it's a difficult time of life. So the hospice offers a spot where you can go and where family can be family again and not have to do the caregiving, and they can just enjoy each other's company, and the staff, the very well qualified staff, can do all the caregiving for the the meds and the caring for the residents. So it's a third option that everybody maybe should consider when the time comes, as opposed to just the hospital and at home.
And the setting is just absolutely amazing.
That's,
it really is.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is a home, and so often now our hospices that are just currently being built now are built, and they're beautiful, but they look like a very expensive clinic. And that's the nice part about the Bridge Hospice, is that it is a home. You open the front door and you walk in, and you're in the living room, and the kitchen is just to one side, and the care there is exceptional.
I've heard nothing but good things, and it seems extremely important to give the families and the people who love somebody who's at end of life the opportunity to actually spend time with them and not be burdened with, as we can all imagine, the tasks that have to be done with somebody when they're going
And
through
the tough part about that too is that at the hospice you don't have to worry about the what ifs, because there's always times when something goes wrong. I know in my own case, I lost my 46-year-old husband. Yep, thanks to colon cancer in 1998, and there were so many what ifs. Like at 10 o'clock or 10 to 10 at night, I would be racing to the pharmacy to make sure that we had the medication we needed for the night, and it wasn't always available. Or all of a sudden, there'd be a backup, and whether or not they were even going to serve me was a stress. The care that we got at home, when we had somebody there in the evenings, that was great, but it wasn't always consistent. One of the what-ifs that we ran into was that, unfortunately, there was a conflict with some of my husband's medication, and he felt that our night nurse, the 1 or 2 nights that we actually did have someone there to help us through the night, he thought that she was an intruder and tried to push her through a second-story window. So, it's all those little things. Or what if somebody falls? Like, what are you supposed to do? My husband was never out of pain. He was never out of pain. Even when he was unconscious, he was grimacing. Those kind of things don't happen at the hospice. The people are there. The contacts are there. When sometimes you have to wait, maybe till the next day to be in touch with a doctor, that doesn't happen at the hospice. And I was lucky. I had two daughters in their early 20s who could come home and help me care for their dad. But they were doing things that no child should ever have to do for their parent. And we missed that precious time. We did spend good quality time together, but not to the extent that we would have if someone else had been there to support us. So I can't say enough good for it.
And that really helped. That was what really helped me to understand everything that the hospice does. We had a chat the other week, and that sort of that you told the story, and it is so incredible to have all those burdens removed from your loved ones. It's amazing. So the hospice. So this is a question that I've gotten too, because we have announced that we're doing a fundraiser for the hospice. I mentioned it earlier, it's not the hospital. It's got partially government funded, but a fair bit of your operating expenses are not covered, correct?
Yeah, the government of Ontario for all hospices in Ontario covers about 52% of our operating expenses. That means we have to fundraise 48% ourselves, and for us it's about $500,000 a year we have to fundraise. It's just the government really does believe in hospice, because a stay at the hospice is about 1/3 the cost of a hospital stay. So the government recognizes that there is a place for hospice, and they do a good job, and as we're all taxpayers, so we can appreciate that kind of savings. But but at this stage in time, we're having to fundraise about half of our budget, and it's interesting. It's expensive to run a healthcare. We got a staff at the hospice 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, so that's expensive. There's standards for cleaning and all that kind of stuff, so it is expensive to run this, even though it's just a 3-bed hospice. So we have to do some fundraising.
We often explain too when we talk to people that it's kind of like having guests at your own home. That there's extra wear and tear on your appliances, there's more hydro being used, all those kind of things. Well, we have that at the hospice every day of the year. We have that extra company. So, as Dave says, to stay on top of those extra expenses, plus then also, too, the residence wing that does have to meet provincial standards when it comes to regulations over cleanliness and everything else.
Which is really expensive.
Exactly. Plus, too, one of the big things with the hospice is the fact that they not only care for the resident, but they also care for the family.
Yeah.
There's always somebody there to, make you a cup of tea, give you a hug, just help you and teach you about what kind of stages you're going to expect next, those kind of things. So it's a total package. It's not just the person who's passing away, it's their whole family, everyone who's impacted by that death.
Well, it's a fantastic service. I like I say, I have some friends that have been through, and it was a blessing to their families and to everybody around. That is why we're doing this here, to raise some awareness. And as you said, we can see the value of it.
Absolutely.
And we can also see the need for fundraising. So this is a really important thing.
That's great.
Is there anything that we kind of missed, or have we, you do have these beautiful hoodies? Do they sell them down there, or are these for staff only?
These can be bought at the hospice.
They can be,
bought.
yeah.
Okay, it looks like a rubber hoodie.
The volunteers all pretty much have these.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And that's the thing, too, is that it's not just, the staff is incredible. Absolutely incredible. You've got compassionate doctors that are there for everybody. At the drop of a hat, they're amazing. The volunteers are specially trained, and the staff there are palliative care givers, and they're amazing people. And every time I meet someone and they notice I've got a hoodie on, or they know that I've been doing a talk about the hospice to raise awareness, they'll always ask about the staff. And they have made an impact on their lives, and it's amazing.
Well, it's fantastic. And it's so great to hear about this and to be able to share it with everybody. So, thanks for taking the time. Yes.
I'll just offer one thing.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
anybody wants to get an idea what the hospice is like, we have a website called named the Bridge Hospice, all one word, .com, and there's 4 short videos, 4 to 8 minute videos on there, and they're excellent, and they really give it a feel for what the hospice is all about. So anybody that's interested, just
I'll
go
put
to
that
the
link
website.
up when I publish the
Yes,
interview again
yeah, please
tomorrow.
do.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be great.
that's
Yeah,
great.
fantastic.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
it's such a pleasure to meet you both, and also to have you take your time and come out and talk to us all about it. Everybody here and everybody at home, and any way that the community can help out is great. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of. So thanks
That's
again.
so appreciated.
Well, thank you, Ken, for offering to do this fundraiser.
Oh,
for
it's
us.
it's the
Fabulous.
Legion was Stevie and Doug were big on this here, and it's just something we've been working on for a long time, and everything just aligned. So it's going to be a great time.
Thank you so much.
Dave and Carol, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out and sitting down. It was excellent, thank you. I will take a moment to do this thing. This is where I have to sort of. This is where I have to say to Neil again. Sorry, what's your passcode? You don't need to say it out. But
5182.
5182. Okay, restream out. Yeah, this is the one thing that I forgot. I just need to find the chat here, ladies and gentlemen, and do a quick login. Hello, everybody out there who's tuning in. We just had Carol and Dave on from the Bridge Hospice, and amazing information on that. Thanks to them for coming out. Just give me 1 sec here. I have to type. How's everybody doing in internet land, Barry?
Everybody's doing fine.
Yeah.
They say, hi, Mike.
They say hi, Mike.
Yeah.
Who's saying hi, Mike?
Well, Debbie, and
Oh,
Ron,
yeah,
and all
Debbie.
those people that you hang out in the chat.
It's amazing. I actually have to use. Okay, this is ridiculous. I have to use my phone. I just logged in with my password, and now I have to select all the boxes with cars. I'm like, really? Fuck! I just put my password in. Select all the
There
boxes.
goes another
with cars.
$5.
Huh?
There goes another $5.
I know. Okay, hold on. I need to think here for a second because I got to put in 3 capitals, and then I got to put in a bunch of numbers, and then some alien code that I don't understand, my birthday, and select the pictures with bicycles. Oh my God, I just did this. Oh, there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we are hooked in here. Thank you. I can check in from you all from now on. That's great. We've got a bunch of people watching. It looks like a good crowd out there. Sorry, as I was saying earlier, all this stuff that has to be connected, there's one thing I forgot to connect, so I just had to go on my phone and make it happen. So it's all done now. We can get back to some music. Steve Petico is like, wow, what is this band all about? There's so much going on here.
It's like sitting at home.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
You have my profound sympathy.
I have a wife named Allison Edwards. She didn't take the Tizzard name. Allison Edwards she taught at St. Mary's for many years as the kindergarten teacher. Most of the now 20-something crowd in town that I meet when I'm out drinking, they're like, I met you when I was in kindergarten with Miss Edwards. I'm like, yeah, now we're doing shooters at the bar. I'm like, really? This doesn't make me feel young at all. But they are around. Some of them are working at the pot store, and they're in all kinds of places.
Give out samples?
What's that?
Give out samples?
Yeah, I wish. Actually, there's lots of samples. Weed is great nowadays. Now that it's legal and everybody can grow it, there's just way too much. And I can't believe I can say that because I spent most of my life saying there's just not enough.
Knock on wood when you say that.
I know, they might go back and change everything and make it illegal again, make booze illegal. Who knows where we're going? Anyways, we won't get into all that. Tonight, booze and weed are legal, but you can't smoke it in here. Anyways, back to my wife. My wife's name is Allison. She cornered me one night when I was going to bed. I just played her a new song that I was writing for the No Dark, No Light album. And she cornered me, well, she didn't corner me, we were in bed. There's no corners involved, really. And she said, why have you never written me a song? And I thought, well, what is she talking about? You know, I said, you're in every song. She said, no. I said, you've never written me a song. You've wrote songs for this person and this person and this person. You've never written me a song. I went, okay. So she went to sleep. I went downstairs, and I spent the night writing a song. And when she got up in the morning to head over to St. Mary's, before she left, I was waiting at the bottom of the bed with my guitar, and I said, here's the song. Don't ask me again. This is a song called Waste Your Time. This is C sharp minor.
Okay.
C minor, sorry. C
Yeah,
minor.
got it. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Mr. Grant always knows these things.
Throw C sharp at me, dude.
Sun goes down over Wichita Falls. I've seen the best and I've seen them all. That day's and nothing more beautiful to see. You wring your hair, you drape your clothes. Sunlight, your silhouette shape exposed. It's clear you're bringing out the best in me. Why you wanna waste your time with me? Why you wanna waste your time with me? Morning breaks, I haven't slept all night. Sunlight warms to your skin's delight. I'm dying just to sit here and watch you breathe. Pressed to your chest lies a mother's joy. He dreams little dreams of a little boy. This feels like a luck I can't believe. Why you wanna waste your time with me? Why you wanna waste your time with me? Now it's been 10 years or maybe 12, and we've had some times it felt like hell, but you held your ground. You stayed strong and true for me. In the good times they far outweigh the bad. In the happiness outweighs the sad. There's just one question here, my friends agree. Why you wanna waste your time with me? Why you wanna waste your time with me? Now the years have passed and they've grown and gone, and all I can do is sing this song in a voice that cracks, a melody carefree. On the porch we sit as the sun fades away. We wave to the neighbors across the way. I still can't believe you did all this with me. And you say, do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Send that one out to Allison. She's at home watching tonight. Monitoring the show, making notes. Allison produces the show, so she keeps really good tabs on what I forget to do, which is often fantastic. Barry, we got a video ready there. We're at the commercial. Are we at the commercial here, Barry?
Yeah, you gonna do that now?
That's what's next. Yeah, I'm looking on Allison's list here.
Okay, you ready?
You got sound out there, Mr. Hurst? There's another video coming
Doing
through.
the video, dude.
Say when, Barry.
We're good.
We're
on
good.
Now.
Okay.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the Whiskey Wednesday show. Every Wednesday we will be here, rain or shine, richer or poorer. Tip jar is in the link above. Never expected but always appreciated. Never confuse the size of your paycheck with the size of your talent. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by midnight. Always appreciated, never expected. Please feel free to drop us a line regarding anything, including a link to your money. Cheers.
There we go. Better get the tip jar link up. Oh yeah, the tip jar link. I will get that after. Good to see everybody. Yeah, we've got the regular crowd here. Deb Parson, she's one of the regular. She used to be a regular at the pub. She's down in Belleville there nowadays. Again, the weather. A bunch of people couldn't make it because of the weather. I feel bad because I can't tell if weather is real anymore, if it's just part of the news cycle. You know, every now and again they say it's going to do this, and it does that. It's great. But we got all these new snowmageddon volcano things that are all combined now. It's so terrifying. It's just so terrifying. But I don't know. I choose to, I guess if I had to drive tonight, I'd be worried about it too. But luckily I'm within walking distance.
You mean
Won't do the
luckily
intro
I
anymore.
drove?
And Neil drove too, yeah. Ron Hynes was a good friend of mine, and I was lucky enough to play bass with him for a couple of years before he passed on. And I learned an awful lot about life, Newfoundland singer-songwriter, the choices that he made. He taught me an awful lot about songwriting and the craft and how to interact with an audience. It was great. I've been playing music for 25 years. I thought I knew everything. You know, you get to those points where you're like, I've done it all. And then somebody comes out of the woodwork and says, you ain't done nothing yet.
You had to learn how to tell a story, man.
I know. That was a big thing with Ron, is he taught me how to tell stories. And, you know, because I used to always sort of have things kind of scripted in my head. And Ron taught me that that's acting. That's a different thing than actually just being a human being on stage and telling your stories. And that's why I don't prepare for things. My wife likes to keep me on track, especially now that she's the official producer for the show between her and Barry. So Barry and her set up all these things, and I have to read a little list. But on the list, there's these big things where it just says Ken segue, and it's just kind of, that's when I forget about the list there for a minute. No more list. Anyways, Ron was a good friend. I feel privileged to have known him. And the first time that I played this song with him, I was floored. I'd heard this song so many times as a kid, and in every band that I've ever seen back home played this song at some point. It's a song called Sonny's Dream. It goes like this. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. You can kick off your shoes, you can give up the race. You can lay down your head by a sweet riverbed, and Sonny always remembers what it was his mama said. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and these nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. There ain't all that to do, but he does what he can. And he watches the seas from a room by the stairs, and the waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all along. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and these nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there. And he goes to the highway and he stares and he stares. And the mail comes at 4. And the mailman is old and Sonny still feels his dreams full of silver and gold. But Sonny's dreams can't be real, they're just stories he's read. Stars in his eyes, they're just dreams in his head. And he's hungry inside for the wide world outside. And I know I'll never hold him, though I've tried and I've tried. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And these nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and these nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Very cool, thank you. Oh my. Wow, this is great. This is so nice to see you all. Peter in the back there, nice to see you all. Lockie, Campbellford's biggest new hot guy. He's like the hottest guy of the year for the last 3 years.
I thought that was me.
Oh yeah, that was a different category.
Oh,
we have an
okay.
age category.
I see.
Yeah, it's split up by age. We got Scooter, Don, oh, it's good. Billy, of course, in the back, as always. GT, Steve, and is Steve's brother Doug here? Did he make it out tonight? No. Thanks to Steve and Doug for both of them for sort of, they calling me out and saying, let's have a meeting and talk about doing some stuff over here. And it's really great. You know, this is more for the people here than out. Well, it's for everybody. I guess you guys are out there too. It's cool. A lot of people say, like, you used to play all the time. You were always playing. I was like, yeah, I used to come out, with an acoustic guitar and I'd get drunk and learn a bunch of songs and play them, and it was fun. And I did that for a long time, and that was a great time in my life to sort of go through the change that I needed to as a musician, from being in a rock band to finding what I was, not outside of that band and outside of that world. And doing that for such a long time with all these people that I mentioned has been a huge part of where I am today. And not that that's anything big, but it's where I'm comfortable, where I feel level on all aspects of my life. I'm not chasing dreams. I'm not chasing album charts. I'm not chasing record companies and labels and all this stuff. It's just, that's gone.
He's dirt poor, in other words.
I'm dirt poor, and I've accepted it. Yeah, and that's kind of what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't the only one drunk. But yeah, it's been great to put this together and to be able to bring it out. I can't go out and do every show around just because this took 10 hours for us to set up. And it's a great thing to do. It's a lot of fun, but it's not something I can do sort of 3 times a week. So we're going to be doing as much of it as we can, getting out into the community this summer. We've got some shows that we're going to be making happen, which will be great. But otherwise, we're always online. And we do have a new record coming out as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to have that out by April. I'm going to play a song tonight. Play this here for Don. Don picked up a copy of All Together Now, which I put together during the pandemic. It was only released on vinyl, and it's 13 songs played by 43 different musicians who did not hear what anybody else did. All 40, there was actually 60 musicians at the start, and they all got a copy of me playing a song with an acoustic guitar. That was all they got. And whether it was a tin whistle or drums or bass or guitar or backup harmonies or whatever it was, they played to that, and then all musicians put it in, and we took a ton of files, myself and Mike Turner, and we edited them down, and I got them to a place where they felt kind of good, and then I sent them to Mike, and he made everything feel like a band, and by the end it sounds like a band on the record. We've got musicians from all across Canada on it. It's just crazy. And we've got people that have never played on a record before. Some people emailed me and they said, I don't have anything to record on, but if I can listen on headphones and I can sing into my phone, can I send you some backups? I'm like, absolutely. I have no idea what this is going to sound like, but absolutely. And then on the other hand, we've got the drummer for Nickelback, sending me his track with, 35 microphones on his drum kit. And it sounds like the most amazingly produced drums I've ever heard. And the spectrum in between is everybody I could muster. And it was a really fun record to make. And it was an album of covers. So this is a song that was on it. It's called The King Is Gone. I know the guys have been looking at me for the last 30 seconds saying, this is the part of the set where I write 3 songs down, and then this is the only part of the set that I'm allowed to kind of go, okay, I get to pick which one I want to do.
Yeah,
So
I thought
we're going to go with a little
I
George
was going
Jones.
with Mad World,
You're going with
so,
Mad
yeah,
World?
yeah.
Okay.
So was I.
We're going to go with George. Do you want to do Mad World then?
No.
That's on the record too.
Oh, I know.
It fits.
That's why we were going with it.
It's just before it on the list, that's all.
Oh, I see.
No, the Abba Dabba Doo song's fun.
The Yabba Dabba Doo song. Seeing as how we have, one of the best Telecaster players I've ever had the pleasure of sharing stage with, do something a little bit country-ish, old school country-ish. This is a George Jones song. We're going to start it with a little. We're going to start this song that you don't know with another song that you don't know. It's just another.
Okay.
We're going to do Cherokee Fiddle. Do you know Cherokee Fiddle?
I've heard it.
Okay, you've heard it. You've heard it, which means that you'll.
Oh, the instrumental.
Yes.
Okay, we got it.
Okay, so this is Cherokee Fiddle going into The King Is Gone. 1, 2, 3. Last night I broke the seal on a Jim Beam decanter that looked like Elvis. I soaked the label off a Flintstone jelly bean jar. I pulled me up a place on that one little table that you left me. I pulled me up a big old piece of floor. I pulled the head off Elvis. I filled Fred up to his pelvis. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Round about 10 we all got to talking. About bedrock, Graceland and such. The conversation finally turned to women. They said they didn't get around that much. And Elvis said, find 'em young and said, well, old-fashioned girls are fun. Yabba dabba do, the king is gone, and so are you. Later on it finally hit me. You wouldn't be coming back no more. 'Cause this time I know you wouldn't forget me. Like all of them other times before. And I broke Elvis's nose, pouring the last drops from his toes. Yabba dabba do, the king is gone, and so are you. Yabba dabba do, the king is gone, and so are you. Yabba dabba do, the king is gone, and so are you. Thank you very much. I like that old country twang. How you doing, Barry?
Okay.
Looks like we got a camera dropping out.
Yeah, you lost that one, so I'm gonna take this one.
Okay, you knock yourself out there. This is, as you saw with the little donate video, as with radio stations and community radio and stuff, they're all audience funded. And I think in the last 2 years being online, since we started really turning this into something, we've built about 12 grand in equipment. And a lot of it has been paid through audience support, which has been fantastic. And this is partly what we deal with here all the time is these things. We've been slowly getting cameras. That's the most expensive part of what we've been doing. And I started with all iPhones, and we started with about 7 or 8 iPhones that I'd collected from friends who'd sort of changed their subscriptions and got new phones and stuff. And we're slowly burning through those too. So those are the type of things that we fundraise for all the time. So if you're wondering where that money goes, it's not really going to beer and drugs.
Well, not all of it.
I have a separate income stream for that.
Not anymore, right?
As I mentioned earlier, this is our 1-year anniversary of our Trainer Yorkville endorsement, which has been fantastic. They've sent us so much good gear that, I'm in the middle of doing a microphone shootout now. Last week we started. In the next 4 weeks, they've sent me all these microphones. We're trying different mics every week. And when I find the stuff that I really like, it's great, because I go, this is perfect for me. And then I pick that stuff up. It's been fantastic working with them. Also, Longtooth, a local beverage company, they've been on board for the last year as well. Lucas used to be here in town. He's down now. They're down in Sterling now. Still making great beer. The Longtooth Lager is my beer of choice. Out of the pale ale glass. I'm still waiting for them to make lager glasses. For a year now, I've been saying Longtooth Lager and holding up the pale ale glass. Either way. Right into our song now. Let's play. Let's move into Old Dog, just so you guys know.
It's kind of,
Huh?
kind of, you'll let us know.
Yeah. I figure, you know, make some changes on the fly here.
Ah, yeah.
How we doing on time over there, Barry? What are we at?
You're 5 after.
Perfect, excellent. I wanted to thank the sponsors for tonight too. This is another thing that helps with the community. You know, a lot of music events and theater events and stuff have to rely on sponsorships. And these three over here, Brighton Tire, the Warkworth Music Fest, and also King Auto. It is King Auto at the bottom, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know King Auto had changed ownership. But anyways, those are the sponsors for tonight. And they've also made a donation already for the hospice, for the show. And also Solid Gold Realty also contacted him today, Eva, and said that they'd like to make a donation to the hospice as well. So that's good. The reason and the effect are working together. It seems like every meal he's ever eaten has come at the cost of a song. Not to say he ain't been hungry for those times you sang along. And his house is made from many doors. The address changes day by day. Been rambling round this world, killing time along the way. It's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes again today. And for every girl he's ever loved whose kindness helped him find his way through fumbling, tumbling, lonely nights to bring colors to the gray. Another lonesome sunrise just ahead. He's scattered on the bed and his clothes are on the floor, and he's heading out the door. It's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes again today. Oh, you won't break in from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say, he's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog and you'll never change his ways. And when he dies out on that highway and you check to find him cold, just pull the old truck over, roll him off beside the road. 'Cause his life's been filled with many riches found upon this stage. When he gets his call to glory and he knows his dues are paid, it's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes again today. Oh, you won't break in from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say, he's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog and you'll never, you won't break in from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say, he's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog and you'll never change his ways. just gonna, my bifocals don't always pick up all the notes on the floor, so I need to make sure. Mad World, okay. Next week we've got Chris and Dee. I mentioned that earlier before the show, but yeah, next week for the people that are tuning in, we got Chris and Dee. Chris is the guitar player from The Pursuit of Happiness, and her folk duo, Chris and Dee, have a bunch of interesting stuff that we talk about. So they're going to be on the show next week to tune in. And then, okay, so who's calling out for Mad World?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? No. Okay, that's Lockie. Okay. Okay. This is where we have to say things on the fly a bit. Okay, so Mad World, I know what we're doing. So I've also got one that I got to play for GT, and then there's one that I got to end with. 3 songs. There we go. I thought we were at 2. We got 3 left. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting local music and supporting us and the Legion. It's starting to happen again. The pub's just opened up next door. Sideway, they have stuff going on all the time. I haven't been out a lot, so I don't know. I know Be My Guest has had music twice in December, and then again last week they had the Janet Jeffrey Band over there who were fantastic. Capers is going to be opening up their patio soon. So it looks like we're heading back into a bunch of really good music. And then we've also got stuff in the outlying community like West Bend, the Crooks Rapids Festival, the Warkworth shows that they do down there, the Rock Fest and the Music Fest. I'm not sure it was changed Rock Fest to Music Fest. Is it Music Fest now permanently? That's what it is, right? Yeah. Anyways, great stuff going on around town. It's really nice to see it happening. So this one's for Lockie. This is in
Something.
D minor, is it, Mr. Brown?
That's correct.
Okay.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, riding early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere, and the tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression, hang my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very mad world, mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very mad world, mad world. It's large, your world, mad world.
There you go. That's for Lockie. So I got to do this song. This is one of the longest standing, and I believe has attended more Whiskey Wednesdays than anybody else, including the bartenders and waitresses there, staff. I'm going to call them because that's what they were. There was a bunch of them. Janet was there for the first 4 years. Then Alicia was there for a couple of years. And Megan was there for the whole end. And there was a bunch of other people interspersed throughout. But the one person who was always there, with a second close. I'll start with the second close, being Bill Davenport. And he's there he is. Bill Davenport gets number 2 in the most Wesky Wednesdays attended. And not only that, since it went online, this person has been to almost everyone online as well, and that is GT Mike there in the back.
Yeah, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Our hero, Mike.
And Mike, I played a song very early in the days of the pub that I wrote about how it feels to have a burden on your back. And if you know Mike at all, he's always rubbing something that hurts. And I know. Can you hold your beer tonight, GT? Two-handed. You're like a, what do you call those things? T-Rex. GT T-Rex. Well, GT, it's been great to have you being such a loyal fan, and he loves this song. He's always said, "Play that song, play Way to the World, because my back hurts." And there's a song called "Corporate Cowboys" that he really loves, but I haven't played it in like 10 years. I'm gonna learn it for him one day, but not tonight. Tonight he gets "Way to the World." I am a sinner and an addict, and I can't forget all the things I've done to me. I've got many regrets. I am a faker and a loser on the best of days. Well, I can barely keep my head up to stay awake. I've got a story, I wrote it between the lines, and if you follow me, I can promise it'll end just fine. 'Cause my back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. 'Cause my back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. It's getting late, I'm getting lonely, and I'm sinking fast. Just a phone call to say hello will get me past. In the distance, the dogs are barking, it keeps me awake. With the tapping of my foot on the floor as I wait for day. As I wait for day. 'Cause my back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. I need a night in the city with an old-fashioned girl. A little loving and some time to let the colors swirl. My back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. I'd say I'm sorry and you treat me with the best of kind. When I'm with you, there's nothing on my mind. There's something to be said for familiar voices, something to be said for familiar choices, something to be said for what me and you can do, what we get to do. Oh, 'cause my back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. I need a night in the city with an old-fashioned girl. A little, some time to let the colors swirl. 'Cause my back hurts from carrying the weight of the world. As for GT Mike, as always. Love you, GT. Well, we're going to end out the night here. Oh, my God. It's been a totally different night again, you know. These Whiskey Wednesday shows, my wife keeps saying after every one, I don't know how we did it, but it's different again. And man, oh, man, it always just seems to be different. It's so good that we can do this. Just checking in on the messages here, see how everybody's doing. It looks like everybody's doing good out there in Message World. We're going to end tonight with, there's a new song. This is one that I wrote and that I never thought that I'd play again. I write a lot of songs. For every record that I put out, I probably throw out 130 or 140 songs that never get played. There's a lot of writing just is exercise, really. But this one, it sort of hit me. I wrote this one when my wife Allison got first sick, and I was just trying to find a way to escape, and you know, being medicated myself for the last 23 years for OCD and a few other things. I know what it's like to balance medication and life and all these things, and sometimes just finding a way to escape is hard. And I realize it's not that hard. It's all around us. We're surrounded by options. And anyways, I wrote this song and I thought, way too much of a sing-along pop song. I'll never play that one. Stupid. Stupid. Silly. It's not meaningful at all. And then I was at the pub on the Wednesday night, and you know, it's...
Guess what? They loved it.
It's 9 o'clock. Exactly. I didn't even play the whole thing. I played like a verse and a chorus to end the set. Like, it was like, okay, we're going to go out for a smoke. I'm working on this song. What do you think? And I played one verse and a chorus. And by the time I got out to where everybody was smoking, they were outside singing the chorus. And they're like, play that song. And then it became the play that song thing. So it's slowly worked its way in. And it's going to see the light of day on the new record. We start off with a little piece called FMNL. And I have, for now, decided, for those of you out there in Internet land who've been asking for a while, I think the album is going to be named after this song. And the song the title has been a few changes as well. It's currently called Pain-Free Living, which I believe is going to be the name of the album. And we're going to start it with a little thing called FMNL, which is a little fiddle tune it's fiddle tune inspired thing that I wrote when I was back in Newfoundland there a while back. So this is in, where are we with this one?
E flat?
Eh?
Oh, it's an A.
It's the Canadian key.
Then you're going to end up in D for the...
Right, so, yeah, okay. So I'm down here, yeah, sorry. So FMNL is another one of those little fiddle tunes.
Lucky we checked that out.
Well, you know, I would have noticed as soon as we started. And then I would have blamed both of you and then made us start again, as we do so often. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's fun. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have the perfect job I dreamed of, and at times I can take it for a while. Then sometimes it takes away the part of me that's real, and other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoned,
I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have a moment of pain-free living, and at times I can bear it for a while. Then sometimes I take small things for granted. Then other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoned, I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. To be honest, it's an uphill battle with depression, and the drugs the doctor gives me ain't so tight. Sometimes it feels like my skin is crawling, and other times bad TV can be alright. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. Sing along for the second verse. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. This has been so much fun. Thank you to Dave Hurst for doing sound. Thanks, Barry, as always, for everything that you do with the AV. Thanks to my wife, Allison, for keeping me on task. Thank you to the band. Thank you for the Legion. Thank you for Steve. And thanks to all you for coming out. Sure. This gives us inspiration to do this again. So thank you very much. And for those of you at home, that'd be great. For those of you at home, you know that I still don't have my catchphrase for the end of the show. But you know, it's we're landing a lot on be kind and be nice. It's still kind of weird out there, and that's kind of the shape it's in. It's going to get tighter. It's going to get better. I'm only 2 years into trying to get this catchphrase, but that's kind of where we are. Be kind, be nice. It's still weird out there. Thank you for coming out. We'll have a drink. If anybody wants to buy a shirt or a CD or something, please see me there after. If anyone wants to hang out and have a drink, let's do that too. It's Wednesday night. So thanks again for coming out. Folks at home, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again sometime soon. Next Wednesday, in fact. Cheers.
Us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and a Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.